here's our timeline, right? We've got a little bit of what's going on here. So first we have the date of the financial statements. Call this 12/31. Again, these could all be different. And if you're reading a question about subsequent events, it could be a sim. May not be these dates I give you. Take into account what the dates are. We also have the date on which sufficient appropriate evidence has been obtained by the auditor. So let's call that. So we'll call this 12/31 year 1. We'll call this 2/2/2 year 2. 2/2/2. That's February 2nd, year 2. And this date's important. It's, you declare, hey, we have sufficient appropriate evidence for the audit. That's what the auditor would do. And then you have the date of the auditor's report. Let's say the date of the auditor's report is 3/15. All right, let's say that's 3/15. Cool. Have to have it done by 3/15. The auditor's responsibility for subsequent events ends. That's important. And the only responsibility the auditor has for subsequent events after this date is if information that existed at the report date that the auditor was not initially aware of comes to the auditor's attention. If this happens, the auditor should assess whether or not users of the statements would likely view the information as important. So that is your responsibility after this date. Next, you have the date that the auditor's report is submitted. Let's call that 3/26. I don't know, you took a few days, you just took some breathers, and then you maybe reviewed it again, and then you submitted it then. Financial statement issuance, let's call this 4/15, right? Let's just say that's the deadline there, and that's when they are given to the users. Now, we'll talk about this throughout the exam. When are the financial statements considered issued? That's important, and we'll see that essentially it means when the financial statements are readily available to all the investors. If it gets leaked and only a few investors have it, the financial statements are not considered issued. And it's when they're in conformity with GAAP. We'll talk about those requirements in a bit, but if that sounds familiar, if you've seen that before, just know we will get to that. And this is important because the date of financial statement issuance, it needs to be an official date. It's going to be recorded because your responsibility as an auditor changes on that date, right? You can't really go back and edit things once the financial statements are issued. So it's important to identify what is that date. That's why we're going to talk about it in this lesson as well. Hey there. Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material. We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.